The year was 1999. At about 8 in the morning, 300-pound Goggins was sitting on his sofa surfing TV channels. He had just returned from work chasing cockroaches all night as a pest control technician. His breakfast routine involved gulping down 8 cinnamon rolls, a half a dozen scrambled eggs, a half pound of bacon, 2 fruity pebbles, a box of donuts, and a chocolate shake. But today, with the TV remote in his hand, his life was about to change, making him one in a billion anomaly. From being uneducated, unskilled, and heading towards a dead-end future, he was about to do a 180-degree transformation. While flipping channels, he stopped on a Discovery Channel documentary about the training of US Armed Forces, Navy SEAL. A SEAL undergoes a period of Hell Week, one of the most challenging trainings in the world. It pushes them to the extremes. Those who finish it are some of the toughest people in the world. Goggins was in his early 20s, suffering from asthma, a learning disability, a stutter, and crushingly low self-esteem. Growing up, Goggins had lived in fear. At school, he experienced ongoing bullying and racism. At home, he suffered physical and emotional abuse from his father's hands. So all his life, one thing he wanted the most was strength. That's why he was fascinated by these Navy SEALs' grit and determination. They were freezing and there was a lot of water, returning memories of him going through para-rescue training 4 years earlier in which he could not go. He was ashamed of that failure. Navy SEAL was not only a job but his way to freedom from all these fears haunting him from a young age. Problem was at 300 pounds you might look like an imposing character, but nobody takes you seriously. If you say you wanted to be a Navy SEAL, no recruiter was even willing to talk to him. But his resolve was such that he did one impossible feat after another. Lost 100 pounds in 3 months to be physically qualified. His next challenge was to pass the written test. Having cheated all his life and barely making it through high school, this was even more difficult than losing weight. He did it by sheer effort of repetition till he drilled the concepts in his mind. But he still had to undergo the brutal Hell Week 3 times because he had accidents in the first 2 attempts, breaking almost every bone in his body. But this was not the pinnacle of his career. After serving in Afghanistan as a part of Team SEAL 5, he returned and wanted to raise money for the kids of his SEAL teammates who were killed in the war. He realized the best way to raise money was to run races and learned there was an upcoming race called the Badwater 135. Goggins, who at this point was 250 pounds and enjoyed weightlifting, had yet to know the race. He had run approximately 20 miles throughout the year and never attempted long-distance running. Goggins didn't realize that the Badwater 135 is the most challenging race on the planet. A 135-mile continuous race across 3 mountain ranges in extreme heat. But he got himself busy preparing. In months, what others take years and years to do. The result? By mile 70, he was destroyed. Goggins spilled blood, nearly passed out, broke the bones in his feet, and endured stress fractures. But he finished the race. Rather than resting on his laurels, Goggins once again had pushed the boundaries of what seemed possible and reinvented himself. Since then, Goggins has finished more than 60 ultra marathons and holds the Guinness World Record for maximum pull-ups, having completed 4,030 in just 17 hours. No wonder today he is considered the world's toughest man alive. He's an icon of resilience. Now, this story is not to be like Goggins or do extreme feats like him. This story is about how much is possible if you just make it your mission to not let your handicaps keep you stuck, no matter how bad your current circumstances are.